Hey guys, this is Wanda the Traveling Dutchie coming right at you from Bogota, Colombia. In today's video, we're going to compare the cost of living in Costa Rica versus Colombia. Now, if you're new to this channel, I'm a Dutch expat and I have been living in Costa Rica for the last 15 years. Now, since 3 years, my significant other expanded his business into Colombia. So we also have an apartment in Bogota. Since it was COVID, I haven't been here for the last year, but usually I spend out of the year 80% in Costa Rica and 20% in Bogota, Colombia. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you could do so because it would really help me out. Oh, and make sure to click that little bell icon so that you receive a notification every time I upload a new video. Now let's get into it. Let's compare some numbers because it's actually very interesting to compare Costa Rica with Colombia. Because I actually think that Colombia, at least out of all the countries I've lived in 8 different countries, is the cheapest country to live in, whereas Costa Rica is the most expensive country to live in Latin America. But let's go over the numbers. I've written them down so I wouldn't get lost here. All right, so a place to live. Like I'm actually right now standing on the balcony of our apartment in Bogota. There's a lot of apartments, not so many houses. It's a big city. So most people live in like an apartment and there's a lot of high buildings, skyscrapers like behind me. So rent prices in Colombia are 35% lower than in Costa Rica. Big difference. Restaurant prices, check this out, 49% lower than in Costa Rica. And you know what? Last night we went to my favorite Spanish restaurant. I love to eat tapas. The problem with it being so cheap is that I extremely overeat because I'm like, oh my god, this little tapa, that little tapa. What's the problem to have overeating? But it's so cheap. I love it. Check this out. Groceries are almost 60% lower than in Costa Rica. Hello. Electronics and clothing are more than double the price in Costa Rica. Incredible. I do want you to keep in mind that the average income in Costa Rica is a little over $900 a month. The average income here in Colombia is $420 a month. So technically it all evens out if you were to have a regular job, like a local job in the country where you live in. However, if you're gonna do something like me and you become a digital entrepreneur and you make a living online, then it becomes a whole different ball game, right? Because here my dollar goes so far, you guys. I feel rich here. It's insane. The things I buy that would cost, and remember I'm Dutch, in the Netherlands, I mean I wouldn't be able to afford it. So here I'm like, oh my god, it's pretty amazing. You know, if you're open to living in different countries, that is. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that if you live in Colombia, it does matter where you live. So the prices that I just gave you are very general based all over Colombia. But for example, out of Colombia, Bogota is the most expensive city. The most expensive place in Colombia is Bogota because Medellin is cheaper, Santa Marta, Cartagena. And if you go outside those areas I mentioned, that's even more affordable. And then you have in Colombia, you have a class system. Ooh, I should actually do a separate video about that because that's quite the subject. So it's kind of sad. It's a very rigid class system that, you know, going from 0 to 6, 0 is like the poorest area and then 6 is the richest area. And then based on where you live, for example, if you live in 6, which is this area, you pay the most utilities, like technically everything, you pay more taxes, everything is more expensive. So technically I am in Bogota, so that's the most expensive spot to be in Colombia, and I'm in the most expensive area within Bogota. and still I feel like, oh my God, it's so cheap. Now, you may think, why not move to Colombia if it's so much cheaper? I can't, you guys. Costa Rica has my heart. Like I said, I've lived in 8 different countries. I can't put my finger on why Costa Rica, but it stole my heart. It's where I feel happy. It's a feeling. It's where I'm home. And of course, I'm no city girl, even though I live in a suburb of San Jose. It's not a city. I have nature all around me. Bogota is a city. There's, it's concrete jungle. I like nature, and I like the Costa Ricans, the ticos. So no amount of money in the world can make me move to a different country than Costa Rica. Anyhow, if you have any ideas on what subjects I should cover in my next video, please comment below. I'll be happy to do a video about it. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, you really help me out. Please do so. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you commenting. Ciao from Colombia, and see you in the next video.